Welcome to your front splits training. Remember, this video is meant to be done weekly and with patience, so don't force any stretches, just breathe into the stretch and do what's best for your body today. You might need some equipment, so take a look at the screen, push pause, and make sure you have what you need. Let's get to it. 2 squats, 2 pikes. Let's do 10 reps. Where you're trying to bring your chest close to your knees and quickly go down into 2 squats all the way down. When you do your pikes, the chest is not only coming to the knees, but the knees should be locked out. We're doing 10 reps total. Don't worry about following my pace. If you need to pause the video and do 10 on your own, if I'm going too fast, that's fine. Just push play when you're ready to go again. Or you can shorten the reps. Either way, let's think about a full range of motion, bringing your butt all the way down and then chest coming to the knees. Now we're going to do a 2-minute standing pike. Ready, go. And in this stretch, we're trying to get the chest closer to the knees, but let gravity take you down. Don't force the stretch. Just focus on the muscles that are tight and ask them to release some of the tension. When you want the muscle to release tension, it's always a good idea to take an inhale through the nose and to exhale through the mouth. And on the exhale, you can sink perhaps a little bit deeper into your stretch. Good. Let the weight of your head bring you closer to the ground. Your knees should be locked, perhaps a slight knee bend if it's too painful. But with your knees close to being locked, you should feel a stretch behind the knees and hamstrings, perhaps even the calves if you're really tight. So just give your body what it needs today to relax as best as it can into this stretch. No force, just relaxation. It's normal that it's a little uncomfortable. Just breathe through it. Good. Now you can slowly come out of the stretch and we're going to do 10 more, 2 squat, 2 pike. Ready, go. Pike down, chest comes towards the knees, and then squat for 1, squat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, good job. 8, 9, and 10. Good work. Now let's get into a kneeling Achilles stretch. We're going to bend the right knee, and you're going to get one just with the right knee bent. The chest is going to come onto the knee. Let me turn so you can see from a different angle. So your chest is going to add weight to the front of your knee as your knee comes over the toes, but your heel stays on the ground. Your left leg will just be folded somewhere underneath you. The point of this stretch is to feel a nice stretch down the Achilles or back of your calf down to your heel on the right side. Keep the heel on the ground. If you can't keep it on the ground, that's okay. No problem. As long as you feel a stretch in the area I described, your Achilles. And you're using the weight of your chest to add a little bit of pressure. Good work. Focus on your breath and going deeper into the stretch. And now we're going to switch sides. You can bend your left leg now. The right will stay under you somewhere. Bring your chest onto the knee and keep your heel close to the ground or on the ground if you can. And you're leaning forward so that you're intentionally putting some pressure onto the knee so that your Achilles stretches. I like to put my fingers underneath the arch of my foot so that my heel or foot doesn't rotate inward, since I do have high arches. You don't have to do that, but if it helps you, you can try. Almost done. Breathe into it. Great work. You can come out of the stretch. Now you're going to need your yoga block. And you're going to put your right toes, the ball of your feet, onto the yoga block with your heel on the ground. You're going to keep your legs straight. Reach forward and then down. First elongate your spine and then let your chest come closer to the right knee. This is a forward calf stretch. So you will feel a big stretch in your calf on the right side, and that's normal. We're going to stay here and just focus on keeping that right knee locked so that you feel a big stretch. This is very uncomfortable for most people. So just be gentle, take some time, and breathe through it. Ask your body to release tension and give it the breath that it needs to do that. This is a restorative time for your body. It may not feel comfortable to you, but your body is getting a lot of benefit from this session. You can come out of the stretch now. Switch sides. Now your left foot is going on the block. Keep the leg locked. Extend the spine. Reach forward and then down. Ask the body to release. Focus on the muscles and imagine them getting longer as you exhale. Good work. Stay with it. Almost there. Keep that knee locked. Good. You can come out of the stretch gently. Now we're going to use one yoga block and we're going to do a stretch called narrow hurdler. So sitting on your mat or floor, your right leg will be on the yoga block with the knee locked, and the left leg is going to be bent and close to your body. So your left heel should be touching your leg, and your right foot will be flexed, pointed up towards the ceiling. You can use a strap if you like I'm doing here. You can use the strap around the ball of your foot and gently pull if you need to, but you don't have to use the strap. Let's get started. First, we're going to keep that leg nice and straight on the right side, elongate the spine, and then come down towards the flexed foot on the right. Remember, we want a locked knee on the right side. You can reach your hands forward so that you stay elongated. You can hold on to the yoga block to help you stretch forward. Whatever feels best. Really get into this stretch. Imagine what your muscle looks like. Picture what it's doing. And when you inhale, try to inhale as if you could breathe air into that spot. You're sending oxygen to the muscles that need to stretch. Good work. Stay with it. Okay, you can come out of that stretch and switch sides. Now your right knee is going to be bent with your heel close to your side, touching you, and the left leg is extended on the yoga block. Your knee on the left side is completely locked. You're going to elongate your spine and then come forward and down. You can reach your arms forward to get a longer stretch. You don't want to be hunched over and curled down. You want to be extended and then coming down. Good job. This is a special time for you and your body. Stay focused on your stretch. Breathe into the muscle. You can slowly come out of that stretch. We're going to stay on the floor with the yoga block, and you're going to extend your right foot and bring your left heel behind you now for a wide hurdler. So the left heel will be touching your butt. And then you're going to move your chest over the right knee. Elongate your spine, so arch your back, and then lean forward for a nice long hold here. This is called wide hurdler. Good job. The foot is flexed, meaning your toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. And your right knee is locked. Good job. Stay with it. These stretches are so important for hamstring health, which really affects the lower back. Good work. Let's switch sides. Now you're going to bring your left foot onto the yoga block, and the right foot's going to go behind you with the heel touching your glute, or as close as you can, whatever you can do today. Remember to keep the left knee lengthened so that it's coming towards the ground, pushing down towards the ground. Now bring your chest towards the left knee, elongate, and hold. Remember to breathe. Great work. It's normal to have one side that's more flexible than the other. It's normal to have bodies that aren't perfectly symmetrical. So treat each side as its own. Good. You can come out of that stretch now. Great work. Now this is the part where it gets interesting. You're going to take your mat away if you need to use the space on the wall. right there. So let's get a space on the wall ready. You'll probably need both of your yoga blocks, but you could use a book or a foam roller or something else. And I love to use these these pads that kind of slide on the floor. But we're going to put the right foot back on the wall with the right knee against the wall. This is called a vertical shin stretch. So my right side is bent behind me. My left side is in a lunge position with vertical shins. And I'm going to sink deep into the stretch, stretching my right hip flexor. It's very important to keep your chest tall and your hips square. This is a nice long stretch, so you should be in the position already. And let's just breathe into it together. You'll feel a big stretch down your hip flexor on the right, and that's perfect. Breathe into that right hip flexor and quad, because you will feel a big stretch on the right quad as well. And your foot in the back, your right foot should be angled straight up, not to the side. If you can sink deeper now, you can try it, but be gentle. No force. This is an uncomfortable stretch, but you did it. Now you can come out slowly, and we're going to switch sides. So now your right foot is going to be in the lunge position, and your left leg is going to be back against the wall. Get your knee to touch the wall on the left side. And your foot, if you can see mine, is going to be angled up. Make sure that you have square hips and a tall chest in this stretch. Don't compromise the square hips or the tall chest for getting deeper. It's more important that your hips are square and that your shoulders are squared off as well. All right, let's go. Good. Focus on the stretch. A lot of attention here into the hip flexor and the quad on the left side. Just do your best. Your best for today. Your best for your body. Stay connected to your breath and your muscles. Great work. Come out slow. That was very good. Now let's get into the next stretch. We're going back to the right side against the wall. So your right knee will be bent. And this is called vertical shin with the leg straight. So your right foot is behind you. And now your left foot and leg will come forward. You can use your yoga blocks for support. Remember, square hips, square shoulders, and now let's let that left leg extend and slide out in front of you. Get comfortable, make sure your heel is supported. If you're using sliders, that's great. If not, you can slide on the carpet, no problem. If you're on wooden floor, you could use a towel underneath your knee and your heel. Let's breathe into this stretch. Do your best. This is a lot of discomfort. So try not to run from it. Instead, breathe into the muscles that need to stretch. Give them oxygen and allow them to lengthen through your calm breath. All the stretches that you did before this have gotten you to this point. This is the last stretch of the day. The second to last stretch. Stay with it. Good work. Slowly come out. And now let's switch sides. You're going to bend your other side now. Get set up. Your left knee will come to the wall with your left foot pointing straight up behind you. Square your hips. And now your right leg is going to extend. Ready, go. It's very normal that you feel a stretch on your left quad and hip flexor, and a stretch in your right hamstring and behind the knees. To go deeper in this stretch, you'll need to breathe into your left hip flexor and quad, the leg that's behind you. Breathe into that. Good work, stay with it. Your body gets a lot of benefit from these stretches, as long as you're doing them with patience and with consistency once a week. You can slowly come out now. And now you have one more stretch. It's going to be the standing pike, so you can use a mat again if you like, or you can just do it on the floor. But you're going to start in a standing position with your feet together. Last stretch here. Let's do our best. You're just going to let gravity take you down. So you can bend at the hips now, reach towards your toes and let your head fall down towards the ground so that your forehead is coming closer to your shins as you ease into this stretch. You can reach behind you to add a little more pressure, or you can have your hands just dangling down. This is a 2-minute stretch. So get comfortable, but not too comfortable. There should be a little bit of discomfort, just not pain. But we are training flexibility. So to train something new, there's always going to be a little bit of pressure or challenge involved to get the benefit. There's a fine line between discomfort and pain. So listen to your body. Ask it to relax and receive the breath that you give it for extra stretch. Keep your knees locked. Slowly come up. That was great work. You are all done. Give your body a great big thanks.